So are you talking in general about military or just anyone who's disabled?
Disabled, period. Now, granted, there are some one-offs because I know sometimes people try to scam, but
Sure.
those people that try to scam, guess what? Social Security Administration isn't crazy. They have those people that's literally watching and paying attention to these people to make sure they're not doing anything that's under the table. And if they do, guess what? It gets taken back.
Sure. I mean, I think it's hard uh, for myself, and I'll be the first one. I may rail against Social Security, but I'm also going to put my money where my mouth is. No pun intended,
Yeah.
or pun intended, depending on how you look at it, which is to say that I don't care whether I get my Social Security. In your example of someone who's disabled who needs it,
Mhm.
they need it more than me. We grew up in a different generation. As you mentioned, with the silent generation, the kind of the advent of this system was to make sure that when those folks retired that they had something to fall back on,
Mm.
that people who were 80 weren't having to work because they didn't have anything coming in.
Right.
And I totally agree with that. I think it's reasonable to say we need to make sure that we have some sort of social blanket for people who need it. I don't have any problem with that. That's not my issue with it. My issue with it is that we didn't do it right as a society. Instead of putting individual bank accounts together or finding a way to actually solve the problem. We've known about, I mean, I'm sure you saw in your research, we've known that Social Security was going to be insolvent. It varies on the dates depending on what you look at. It's anywhere from 2030 to 2037. I was finding all different kinds of measurements. But let's just say it's 2035. Let's pick the midpoint. So if we know it's going to go insolvent in 2035, what are politicians doing in order to make sure that it doesn't blow up and go off a cliff? And the answer is not a damn thing.
Mm.
They've just let it continue to run because, as everyone knows, and we saw via the backlash via um, TikTok and things like that, no one wants their sacred cow touched. That's why politicians won't touch it because we won't let them.